Okay, so shortly to get underway here in Gatwick. Right, so just a couple of things to test out today as we go down to Jersey. Trying to get back into this streaming thing and trying to kind of figure out some new overlays and all that kind of thing to make things look a bit more snazzy. And so, right, first thing we can do then is to get everything ready to go. We're cold and dark at Gatwick in the A320 experimental. So this is a little bit more tricky to fly than the normal A320 because you have to fly within the limits of the aircraft. So, and that is a bit more tricky. Anyway, so hopefully trying out a few new bits and pieces today. So I've got a checklist that I'm working to, and we can follow that along and see how we do. So right, okay, let's get going. We've got quite a bit to do. I've got about an hour and a half, so this is going to be quite tight to get down there. So we're going to need to get cracking. So right, so let's go through the checklist then. So we need to check that the throttle is idle, the engine master switches are all off, the engine mode selector is set to normal, landing gear lever is down, park brake is set, wipers are off on both. Let's just check that. Wipers are off, battery voltage is above 25.5, batteries 1 and 2 are on, ground power is available, and turn external power on. And we can now make sure the batteries are still on. External power is on. We're going to do the APU fire test. Now, I've not had a lot of luck with this lately. There we go. So that works. That's fine. And I can't get the lid to go back down on that switch, but that's fine. We'll figure that out another time. So where are we up to then? So we're up to APU fire test is done. APU master is on. And we need to wait just briefly for 3 dings, I believe. So I'm not sure whether we've had those yet. So let's, okay, APU start. APU start is good. Right, now what we want to do is to go around the instruments and set the brightness on everything. So let's do all these, quite straightforward, but just takes a little bit of time to do. The integral lights as well, but I haven't quite got my mouse is playing up today in this view. So right, okay, so dome light, have a bit of the dome light over there, and lights above on the instrument panel. And the flight control unit as well. So we now need to go above and get the overhead integral lights on. That's good. Right, okay, so that's pretty much that whole checklist done down through to there. Right, okay, so where are we now? So parking brakes on. Let's go back to here. Parking brakes are on, flaps are up, speed brake is down, disengaged, probe window heat, so we need to go up here for this. Probe window heat is on, or set to auto, so that's not showing as on. Nav logo lights go on, show the brand, APU bleed is on. Crew oxygen is set to on. And now we need to start lining up the satellite receivers. Right, strobe light goes on. Seat belts go on. And no smoking goes on, of course. And emergency exit we arm. Test the lights. Yeah, that's the annunciator test, just to make sure everything's as we expect there. Dome lights set to dim. Right, okay, anti-ice wing off, engine off, anti-ice. Cabin pressure mode set to off. Cabin pressure mode, where's cabin pressure mode? Where's anti-ice? Where was anti-ice? Anti-ice was there, and cabin pressure mode is set to that. Ditching button is closed, landing elevation is set to auto, and aircon is set as required. So packs all on, so that's basically dark. Batteries are charging okay, so we want to go down and have a look at the electrical. So yep, so we've got power going to the batteries, so go back above, and now we want to make sure that all the fuel pumps are on. All fuel pumps are on. Test engine 1. Fire test engine 2. That's done. Electrical panel check. So go back down here. Electrical panel. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Ventilation panel. Status normal. And no white lights above. Jolly good. Right, so these ones I don't necessarily check, but we can do. We can check that the Basically, the doors are all locked. Hydraulics are good. And importantly, before we start the engine, we want to check we've got engine oil. And flight controls check. So we can go here. And so up and down first, really. And then rudder as well. So looking good. So far, so good. Okay, we're whizzing along. So right, we can go up here. We can set the barometer by pressing B. So we're not doing real weather today. Set QNH. Flight directors turn on. Both flight directors are on. ND set to ARC. Navigation display, that is. ND set to 10 as set. VOR. So we'll go to VOR 1 because we might need that. And landing system is off. Speed is set to manage now. That we can set that in a short while. We have to come back and do that. And the increments are set to thousands. And we're going to set our... Oh, I can use my first buttons. So let's pull up Navigraph. And we can have a look at our departure. So we're going to want to go to about 4,000 feet on the way out. I believe that is. So... So we'll set that initial altitude as 4,000. And PFD brightness is good. ND check. Standby altimeter is good. Clock is set. Anti-skid is set to on. Confirm. Initialize audio controls. That's all done. Frequency is done. Intercom public address is done. Weather mode we want to set down to weather. Engine oil is checked, hydraulics checked, status is checked, thrust levers are set to idle, engine master switches are off, engine mode selectors are set normal. Flaps are up. These, so again, just checking the same thing over and over again, really. Part brake off and on, just to check it's working. ATC, transponder set to standby. Transponder is set to standby and clear. Weather system switch to 1. Right, back to the MCDU. And FMD, so we're going to check the engine. So the LEAP 1A26s, and is the data in range? Yes, it is. That's fine. Okay, so we need to load the flight plan now. So we go back to the ATSU and initial request. Request the data. This is going to pull in the flight plan from SimBrief. Jolly good. Initiate and cost index. So why didn't it load the flight number? Let's have a look here. Don't know why. I think I know. So let's go back to OC menu, initialize, initial data. Thought I had to normally that would actually populate, so not sure why that hasn't. So anyway, put a cost index of 40 in. Cruise flight level is 35,000. And we'll put that at 56 degrees. Oh, clear. There we go. Okay, that's done something there. So it's not as I absolutely wanted to. So just go to flight plan and just check that. Yeah, see, it's not brought the whole thing in. So, right, okay. Let's do this again. Let's go to EGHF/EGKK. So I'm just putting in any old flight plan now. There we go. That should clear everything else. Okay, so that's done that. We might actually have done it now. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for, and we've got everything that we want in there now. So that's cool. Okay. So that didn't do what I was expecting it to do to start with. So right, the flight plan is in. Now I need to go to performance, weight and balance. All right, so flaps we want to set at so flaps, where are we? Weight and balance sliders. So we want to go for flaps, we want it to be 1/UP 1.2, and then that goes into here. Flex temp will be 65, and then now we'll be able to get the V speeds. Okay, that's good. Right, next thing we want to do is to check the weight and balance. So what we can do is pull up hopefully SimBrief. There we go. Right, so we've now got SimBrief. So this is some of the new stuff that I've been playing with, trying to get loaded in. So let's have a look at SimBrief. So what does it say? So it says we should have payload of 16.5. So that would be 8,250. So what I do with this, delete, 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 delete. So, and then what I would do there is put 8,250 and 8,250, and that gives us our 16.5, and it says we should have fuel. It says 5.5. Don't believe that for a minute. It's only down to Jersey, isn't it? So we should only have 5.5. So fuel can come down to there we go, 5.5. That's good. And let's put that. Oh, that's good. So and so we probably want to put another 1,000, 9,250, and then this one 7,250. Good. Okay, that's close enough. So that's that done. So we can come out of there now, and we can go back to main. And right, so now some more checks then. So it looks like the basically all the navs come alive, which is good. So we're in a good position for that. Right, Right, now, what do we want to do now? We want to standby instruments are done, radio's done, anti-skid goes on, auto brakes. So basically for the auto brakes, we'll set that. We can't set that yet till the engines are done. Flaps, set 1. Flaps are set 1. Speed brakes are armed. Flight controls we've checked. Pitch trim. So pitch trim we want to set as Oh, I know why that is. So 1 point. So we can go back here and so what we want to do is go to flight control. There, and press come on brain, work. Takeoff config, wheels, doors, PU, Y, flight controls. There you go, and basically set the takeoff pitch as 1.2 up. There you go. You can just see that change in there like that. So that's good. Right, now let's go back to here. Autopilot check, auto thrust check, which I don't think we can have on yet. No. Flight directors check, ILS, anti-ice, FMC cleanup, and chocks removed. Right, so what we're going to do then is get on the radio. To Gatwick clearance, so we'll do that.
Gatwick clearance delivery BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101 IFR to Jersey, ready to copy.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101 is cleared to Jersey Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 26 left climb and maintain 8,000 feet.
Alright, so while we're getting the clearance, we can go above, so we want the beacon on because we're about to start the engines. External power goes off. Engine area is clear. We can have a quick look outside just to have a look.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101 cleared to Jersey Airport as
excellent.
Filed.
Okay.
Takeoff runway 26 left climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure on 118.475
so we want to go to engine ignition on. Engine 2 master goes on. Right, we want to just see what's going on here. I want to make sure that we've got some increasing temperatures and those sorts of things. So this is all looking good. So engine 2 is ignited, and we want to go to engine and check the pressures are as expected. Let's go to ground services. Tune Gatwick ground. Okay, so our engine is increasing. Want to see about 20 here and 60 on the N2. Okay, so engine 2 is started. Let's power up engine 1. So, of course, we're watching the oil pressures all the time just to make sure there's nothing untoward there. Engine 1 master on. Right, so what we'll do now is request pushback.
Gatwick ground BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101 requesting pushback. BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101 pushback request accepted. Gatwick ground BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right. BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101
Probe window heat goes on. APU bleed goes off. anti-ice engines, and APU master goes off. Just check that we've got engine power as expected. Yes, we do. Alright. Pedal brakes. Nose lights. Okay, so we probably want to request.
Gatwick
Oh, who
ground
put that
VA
truck there?
7055 Echo Zulu 101
Brakes.
requesting
There we go,
pushback tug
brakes
to
does
push
that.
the aircraft straight. VA 7055 Echo Zulu 101, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
And we'll go back to clearance and we'll take it from here. Okay, nose light taxi is on. Pedal brakes we won't release at the moment. Brakes, flight controls check. Heading and speed. Brakes on. Check brake fans. Nose wheel steering. Discontinuity. So let's go back up top. Nose wheel. Okay, let's go. Not sure what's causing that, so let's go back here. Not sure why that is. Taxi. Not sure what that is, so we'll work with that one as we go. So, okay, so weather radar is on. Nav instruments check. Autopilot cabin is good. Pedal brakes on. Brake temperatures. Brake fan is off. Back up to the top. Landing lights go on. Runway turn off lights go on. Takeoff config. We want to check. Right, not sure. Right, so we need to go back into the... here we are. That'll do it. That's what's wrong with that. MCDU. Not sure. Right, okay, so what we've got is what I've not done is predicted weather. That was probably that needed turning off. Yeah, so nose wheel steering. So why is that then? So okay, maybe it was that. No, don't know why that's doing that. Okay, we're gonna have to go with that, otherwise I'm not gonna get off the ground. Wouldn't do that normally, of course. Okay, so we need to get to truck there. Okay, so we'll leave the checklist there for now. Oh. Classic. So what we need to do is put the brakes on. Ground services. Pushback stop.
Gatwick ground VA 7055 Echo
Genius.
Zulu 101
Absolute
requesting
genius.
the end of
No wonder why
pushback.
it wasn't going long.
VA 7055
And that would be the
Echo
nose
Zulu
wheel steering
101 request to end
discontinuity
pushback
as well.
received.
Absolute genius. Let's go back to clearance. Alright, okay. Let's make our way to... Oh, look at that baby go now. And now it's not connected to the tug. How funny.
Gatwick ground BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101 with Golf ready to taxi IFR. BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101 taxi to and hold short of runway 26 left using taxiway Sierra Juliet Zulu Alpha Alpha November Mike. Contact tower on 124.2 when ready.
No, that's not what I've got programmed in. So we're going to go for the right hand runway. 08 right, which I think it was on my yeah, 08 right on my sim brief chart. So alright, so we're going to select another runway for takeoff, which we can do here.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 101, did you copy?
Oh, that's going to be no good, isn't it? All the way down now, that's going to be wrong. So we're going to just do that and get rid of the radio guy. So I haven't quite got to the stage where I do basically the proper radio yet, because there's still so much to try and figure out. So I just have a sip of my tea. So we're going to go slow it down a little bit here. We're going to go straight for the takeoff today, so everyone packs off. Strobe light on, nose light goes to takeoff, nose light goes to takeoff. So funny that I had the wrong thing there, had the guy still attached. Okay, so now what we want is this goes to TRRA, and it goes to right, okay, so that's good. Transponder's done. Rudder trim. Where's that? Rudder trim. Right, let's pay attention here. So rudder trim is reset there. Alright, so let's go around to 08 right. Go straight for takeoff. Chrono set. Some shoddy pilot in here, but never mind. It's really just to test out some of these overlays that I've got now. So the checklist seems to work okay. Hopefully that's coming across okay. Rudder trim's done. Right, so we've got a displaced threshold here, so we can use that. That'll be fine. Okay, so stick will be forward. Chrono is set, and thrust will be flex toga. We just want to make sure that we're monitoring the engines. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we want 40%. Yep, all good. Brakes off. Full power. positive rate of climb, gear goes up. Now I'm going to go to autopilot and bring the throttle back to manage throttle, basically. There goes a view back of Gatwick there. Initial climb is to 4,000 feet. There we go, S speed, so we can get rid of flap 0 on the climb out, landing gear check up, flaps check up, weather goes tilt down. Which I don't think actually works, to be fair. So check autopilot is on. Autopilot is on. Speed check below 250 knots. Check. ATC, we're not communicating with ATC. Check APU is off. Nose light goes off. Runway turn off lights go off. Packs go on. Keep our passengers lovely and warm. So far so good. Looks like we picked up the an anti-ice as required. Right, okay, so now we can basically, we're out of here. Now what we can do now is try and have a look and see if we can have a look at this. So on our sim brief then, what it says is we want to get out of Gatwick. We're doing the Inver 1Z departure, which is basically, well, should have been 3,900 feet. And what we can do here is have a look. So coming up to Inver, then after Inver, we can climb to 6,200. Sorry, 13,900 it looks like. So now I can hopefully turn that off. Oh. And go back to main overlay. So we can now climb to 13,900. So 14,000, go back to ones, come back 1. And initiate the climb. There we go, we're starting to climb now, jolly good. Okay, so cabin crew we can release, so above 5,000 feet, which I think we are soon to be above. Cabin crew release. ND range goes to 40 now. So let's just get the checklist there. Cabin crew release. ND range goes to 40. Speed check 250 knots. And we're doing 269, so probably below 280, I suppose. Climb rate is about it's a lot faster than what I thought it would be, but it should be about 2,400. Barometer check, press B. Okay, coming up to 10,000 feet. Everything's good, throttle is good, speed's good. Passing 10,000 feet, 10,000 feet speed check. So we can now go to Mac. Speed set to Mac. Landing lights go off. So landing lights are off. Anti-ice is required. Fasten seatbelts comes off. ND range goes to 80. Speed check Mach 44 approximately. So a little bit faster, but that's fine. So coming up to 280. I need to get abreast of some of these speeds. I don't think I've got those set quite right. Okay, so we are, let's just have a look, see what we've got in terms of sim brief again. Okay, so all good. We should be at 20 Vuga, well, which is where we are now really. We should be at 25,000 feet. So let's go back and pump ourselves up to 25,500. And because we're still climbing, it should just carry on. So our cruise altitude is 25,500. Might have been a bit easier to just change that. And we can check that we are on our way to 20. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, so we're on our way to 25,500 at yeah, we just didn't continue climbing from in-view to Vuga, so that's fine, no problem at all. Alright, so on our way to 25,000 feet, and then we'll do our cruise checks there. This is going to be quite a short flight, so it seems to be saying that we've got 117 nautical miles to run, so this is all going to happen fairly quickly. So what we want to do now is have a look while we're climbing up to 25,000 feet. We'll have a look at Navigraph. And what we want is, so we can see, you can probably see here where we are. So we're still over the southerly part of the UK. We haven't coasted out yet. So coasting out is when we go out over the coast, funnily enough. Very close to going over my house here. Which is sort of on the route out really from Gatwick, if you're heading south anyway. So we can, great thing about Navigraph is that you can oh so I live just off to the right there, so we'll be turning at Southampton now. So I'll keep the checklist open because I've got my cruise checklist to do once we get to the cruise height, which is 25,000 feet, so another 8,000 feet to go. And then what I do there is just go through some of my overlays I've got set up now, which I'm quite pleased with actually. You can probably see some of them already, which are showing, so that's quite good. I'm quite pleased with those. There you go, I can see my house from here. Fantastic. Well, see the outline of it, I guess. Still quite high. Right, so just while that's all happening, I'm going to just start to have a look at the approach into EJJ so we can pull up the charts. And we're going to be runway 08. Such a beautiful view. We'll lose the checklist for a moment, and then we'll just have a little look around the aircraft. And so basically there you can see we're just over the where are we actually? Let's have a quick look. That's yeah. So basically that's the Isle of Wight. All looks a bit distorted because of the zoom on the camera, but quite often fly around here in a little PA-28. Right, in the cockpit then, just to check everything's going okay. Throttle is good. Still on our way up to 25,500 feet. Got a climb rate of about 1,200 feet per minute, which is what we're seeing on the overlay as well, so that's good. And we can see, look, we're nearly 50% of the way already. So this is a short flight, but it's just a chance to just try some of these bits and pieces out. So, and we'll get up to the cruise, and then we'll figure the rest out. So basically, top of descent is well, we pretty much come up on it fairly soon actually, so let's just get in the cockpit and have a look. Flight plan, and yeah, so Lena, which is 36 miles away, we've actually, according to this, we've got to be down at Lena, we should be at 19,000 feet, so that's crazy. So basically what we'll do now, we'll come back down to 19,000 feet, so that's a bit crazy. But it is such a short flight. And I've just had a notification that my mouse battery is quite low. That's quite interesting. Hopefully it lasts. Sorry about all that racket. I had to find a cable to rather quickly plug the mouse into, and that's done, so that's good. And we are now on our way down. We are about halfway, so and according to SimBrief, let's pull SimBrief up. When we get to... Oh, this is not looking good. Let's have a look. What's up with that? Okay, so Lena... So is that the arrival? Let's go to EJ arrival ILS 08 and insert. So now if we go back to the plan, hopefully there we go. Okay, so we've got to start descending now. Down lower than that, so let's come down to 13,000 feet. It's going to be quite speedy, this. Right, so what we will want to do, apparently, if we make the speed about 330, that actually slows us down because we cause more drag and we'll go down quicker. So, all very interesting stuff. So at Lena, we should be... Let's pull up SimBrief. At Lena, we should be... Well, 19,000 feet, so we're okay on that. And JW2X. Let's go back to the flight plan. See, we don't have that because it's a different approach. So we're going to have to wing this a bit. How about some Air brakes just to slow us down. So I think we need to be about there. Right, so we need to do some prep. Right, let's pull up Navigraph. Huh. Right, so Navigraph then. So what we need to do, we need to do the rad nav. So the radio, we want 110.9 for the ILS, and our course will be 083. And we have a VOR, which is 112.2, Jersey VOR. Okay. How are we doing? We're on our way down to 9,000. Yeah, okay, that's good. I think we come down to $6,000 now. We need to be 2,000. So lecture, which I don't think we have in our no, we don't have that, so we can only hope that we're gonna come out of this okay. Okay, well, we're grooving, so that's something. So we want to be basically without fail down to 3,000 feet, probably soon. So let's get down to 3,000 feet. Right, so we've done that. We've done the approaches. So we want to check. TCAS is set to below. Let's turn this on so you can see what I'm doing. TCAS is set to below. Relay. ATIS we would have checked. Altimeter check, radios, anti-ice as required. Thrust, nav accuracy check, barometer, press B. Altimeter set, ND range is 40. Yeah. Fasten seatbelt sign goes on. Landing lights go on. Speed check 250 knots. Yep, 250 knots check. Engine mode is set to normal. Yep, check. Right, descent below 10,000. Descent rate check. ND goes down to 10. ATIS we would have checked, but we haven't. APU as required. Spoilers armed goes up. Auto brakes set. Medium. Check. Flaps as required. So where are we? So we're not quite there yet for flaps or anything. Let's just see where we are on Navigraph. So what we'll do, we'll pin that, just because we'll probably need that. Pin that, come out of that. So we're just coming over past St. Peter's Port. So that would be, is that Sark? I can't remember. Okay, so we are coming up on 3,000 feet, which is roughly what we're looking for when we want 3,000 feet at Lecter, then down to 2,000 feet for the turn, basically. I think it's a mystery. Right, okay, ILS, so we want to start tracking the ILS, turn on landing system, so we're within range, which is good. Landing system's in range. What we do need to do is go to performance, next phase, so we want to activate the approach. Need the QNH for it to work, and we need it at 65, let's say, temperature. And transition altitude, we should have done all this, but it's just all happening too fast. It's 5,000 feet. So it will be 270/4, and right, okay, let's get back in the cockpit because it's so easy to get this wrong. Okay, so coming up, and we've activated the approach phase. So we should start to, providing everything goes right and we follow the turnaround. Right, so let's have a look at speed. So we probably want to put one stage of flap out. We've got just about 10 miles to go. And then shortly we want to head down to 2,000 feet. Just check that was right for Navigraph. What did it say? Navigraph was 2,000 feet. Yeah, so that's good. Pull that down. Yep, heading down to 2,000 feet. Overlay. Right, so taxi lights go to on. Taxi lights go takeoff. Runway lights go on. Locators on. Landing system is on. Cabin check. Go around speed. Approach mode. Ready for approach mode. I'm actually gonna chase the... It's alright. Sorry, just talking to myself. Trying to figure this stuff out. Right, so flaps check. So we're currently about S speeds, that's good. So flaps 2. Coming up for the turn. And then we should start to see our glide slope come alive. Right, so everything seems particularly well lined up. Just waiting for the glide slope to lock on. Glide slope's captured. Missed approach we haven't done. Flaps check. Speed is managed. Gear goes down at 5 miles, which is what we're at now. Full flaps. Speed check, about 140. So we're locked on the glide slope. Alright, check. Gear is down. Auto thrust is set. Gear all 3. Green. Flaps set full. De-ice. Part brake off. Decision height. And we're stable. Autopilot ready to come off. Double check again. Gear is down. Go around set. Landing memo. So all blue. Cabin check. So probably what we should do is have the packs off because we might need the power. Stand by autopilot. Right, it's coming up for 500 feet on the radio altimeter for autopilot. Autopilot goes off. Shouldn't really have much to do. So speed's good. Undercarriage is down. brakes are set max. So medium. Oh. Ah, no, I clicked off the screen. Oh, disaster. Terrible. So I clicked off the screen and my mouse wasn't working. Oh well. We made it, but I think some people spilled some drinks. Just clean up the aircraft. My rudder is too sensitive here. Okay, that didn't quite go well, did it really? Chrono stop. Spoilers. Maps up. Auto brake goes off. Taxi nose lights. Landing lights go off. The system goes off. DCAS goes standby. Heart rate goes on. Engine system goes off. Transponder goes clear. Transponder goes auto, neutral, rudder trim. Heart brake set. Thrust lever is set to idle. Set. 0. Yeah, that's right. Engine master 2 goes off. Fasten seatbelts. Fasten seatbelts goes off. Beacon goes off. Shocks, taxi lights go off. Ground power available. External power goes off. All fuel pumps are off. Probe window heat goes off. Probe window heat, where's that? God. There we go. Anti-ice, APU goes off. And there we go. Well, that was messy, really, to be honest with you. It didn't particularly end that well, but all said and done, I've basically tried out the new couple of bits and bobs with the overlays and stuff, so hopefully that was all okay. So, and it was a short flight, it got a bit busy there really, but yeah, anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully get some more streaming done soon. Now I've got my setup back together, so hopefully look forward to seeing you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe and possibly like if you want to see some more crazy landings. Thanks very much.